Hello dear students, today you are going to learn with me the part 2 of chapter 2, velocity. We start by defining speed. Speed is a measure of the distance an object travels in a certain time. If you transform this definition into a rule, it will be speed equals distance over time or distance divided by time. If you please, before continuing with me part 2, go back to part 1 and remember with me what is the meaning of distance and what is the meaning of time and how we can measure them to use them in this rule. Of course, we can fill this rule also in the triangle of power. Distance is upward, speed times time is downward. When we want to calculate the time needed to fulfill the whole distance, we hide the word time, so therefore time equals distance over speed. Same for distance, the distance traveled equals to speed times time, okay? Example, exercise 1. A good walker is estimated to move at an average speed of 6 kilometers per hour. How long does it take him to cover 20 kilometers? In this question, he is asking me to calculate the time. We start the solution always by the rule. Time equal distance divided by velocity. Then we fill by the values of distance and velocity. It's 20 divided by 6. The time equals 3.33 hours. The world record for the 200 meters in athletics was broken at an average speed of 10.352 meters per second. Calculate the duration of the race. The given between our hands is distance equal to 100 meters and velocity. Therefore, we can calculate easily the time. Time equal distance divided by velocity. When we divide the values by each other, we have the duration of the race equals to 19.3 seconds. Here we have a third example as you see below. Okay, try to solve it alone, then see the solution below. Now we will see together what is the difference between the scalar of velocity and the vector of velocity. Scalar only we have a magnitude, whereas vector both a magnitude plus direction. Okay? When we say speed, we can say as example, the man has a speed of 4 meters per second. The speed of the airplane is 250 meters per second. Whereas the velocity of a bicycle is 6 meters per second east. So it's very important to mention the direction when we talk about velocity. Simply, speed is how fast you are traveling. Okay, this car is traveling at a speed of 20 meters per second, whereas velocity is a speed in a given direction. Example, this car is traveling at a velocity of 20 meters per second east. This is not an example only, it's the way we write speed and the way we write velocity, okay? Speed, we write v without a vector above it, v equal 20 meters per second. When we want to differentiate velocity from speed, okay, we write v with a vector above it equals to 20, I and a vector above it, referring to a specific direction, okay? Background information. Average speed is the rate of motion calculated by dividing the distance traveled by the amount of time it takes to travel that distance, okay? The rule is average speed equal total distance traveled over travel time. If we say that S is the symbol of speed and D is a symbol of distance, and let T stand for time, we can write the rule as follows. S equal d over t. The unit of speed is calculated by dividing the distance unit over the time unit. This is the definition of average speed. Now we will learn together what is instantaneous velocity or instantaneous speed and what is the difference between instantaneous and average. Instantaneous velocity is defined as the rate of change of position for a time interval which is very small. Let us say that this car started its trip at t0, okay? And arrived to its destination at t9. At every instant of time of these 9 instants, we were measuring the velocity of this car. Sometimes it was increasing and sometimes it was decreasing. Each measure of the speed at any instant, it was referred to an instantaneous velocity, referred to the instant of time we were measuring the velocity at it. How to calculate the average velocity of this car? We have 9 instantaneous velocities. That means this car changed 9 times its velocity during its trip. Therefore, average velocity of the car equals to the summation of all these instantaneous velocities divided by their number, which is 9. This is the last rule we will take for today. I wish you had fun during watching this video and see you again in another video. Thank you for watching.